Good evening, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a little weekend review at my new job. So far, things are going really well. Um, you know, a few little minor hiccups and stuff, but for the most part, uh, things are going really well. Uh, we got, I got my first job actually was the the dad, which is the original owner of the dealership. I got to fix his bumper on his car. So, nothing like starting off with a big man's vehicle, and then which was just a real quick repair. It wasn't nothing major. And then after that, got my own job. I think it was a 2017 or 2008. No, it's either 16 or 17 Jeep Rubicon, or not Rubicon, well, it was called Renegade. Had a pretty good kink in the fender, and it bent the apron and fender support. It was a 12-hour repair. I think I got it done in a little under 6 hours. So felt pretty good about that. And what else did I do this week? I built a couple doors for my mentor, my guy training me. He had a pretty good job come in. I guess it was beginning of last week. A 2012 Yukon. They got T-boned, and had to replace the rocker panel and B-pillar. So you had to cut the old one out and put in the new one that was on the frame machine for a little while, pulling on it, and got to do some of that work, so that was pretty cool. And what else I get to do this week? I worked on what else I work on? I had to do a bumper repair slash lower bumper support repair on a 05 Yukon, and I did I got a fun one. I started this late this afternoon, probably around 4 o'clock or so. It was supposed to be an easy mirror swap for a car we got in on trade, and it turns out that I got to rewire the whole entire mirror because it's a Ford, and that's actually a Lincoln, but a Lincoln MKZ, and some point in time in production they changed the plugs on the Yukon, or on the mirror. So you have to take out the old plug, cut it, and you gotta do some wire splicing, but the wires that are on the new plug don't even match the old plug, so you gotta do some wire chasing and find out what's what's really going to where, and who's on second, and everything like that. So But it's I'm looking forward to it actually. I think I kind of think I might scare some of the guys in there because I'm not afraid to take on a challenge. They gave me a damn tailgate to work on. It's the shop manager's, I don't know what it is, his project truck or whatever the hell it is, and it had it didn't have dents in it. It had craters, but I got it and its first coat of mud this afternoon before I got that Yukon, or before I got that mirror in for that MKZ. So yeah, that, you know. But like I said, I think I scare some of the guys because I'm just not afraid to take on a challenge. Um, but I guess that's a good thing in a way, you know, because it's showing that I'm willing to do the work and be there learning. So you know, well, it's a nice evening here in North Carolina, and supposed to be getting some rainstorms, but it ain't done not much in last couple hours. So we'll see. I guess we don't have any visitors tonight so far. And if we do, they're not talking, and it's not showing up on here. So, yeah, you know, I don't know. It's been a good week. Next week's kind of gonna suck for me a little bit because I still got some loose ends to tie up with the Army, and I'm gonna be missing some hours of work. But I guess you know, it is what it is, and it'll be for the best. Hey Blaze, how's it going, man? It's been good, you know. I know you missed the beginning, but new job's going good. I just got, no, today I got a mirror replacement for a Lincoln MKZ. It's supposed to be just a quick swapping of the mirror, and it got busted or whatever. It was a trade-in vehicle, an auction vehicle. I'm not even sure what it was, but I had to pull it off and find out that the wiring harness on the new mirror is totally different, and I gotta rewire it. So I get to be a spark chaser on Monday. What have you been up to, Blaze? Yeah, I wasn't expecting it at all because when the painters got the mirror in, they, you know, painted the cover, and he's like, "Yeah, I checked it. It's the same mirror." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I you know, tore it apart this afternoon when I got it, and at first I thought they sent us the wrong part, so I went up to the parts department and said, "Hey, you guys ordered the wrong part," and they called Ford, and Ford was like, "No, that's the replacement part." So, you know, it is what it is. Oh man. Oh, what the hell? I'm not a. Yeah, they really are a pain in the ass, especially when it's like mid-production year and then they change shit. We just had one of the guys was working on a, man, I want to say it was a 2017, what was that, a Fusion. And they sent him he had to get a new backup camera. It was kind of the same scenario, but it came with a separate adapter plug instead of having to rewire the whole damn thing. Well, good luck on your training job on Monday. Transmissions aren't something I like to mess with. That's something I'll pay somebody to fix for me. Yeah, I really don't mind doing it, you know. I mean, it's just experience and, you know, more knowledge and for me, you know, so I don't mind it at all. It's just kind of frustrating when you think it's going to be a quick plug and play, turn some quick hours, and you're not. Because, I mean, initially it was going to pay almost 3 hours, and I would have had it done in 45 minutes. And now I don't even know what my hours were now because they had to adjust it because I, you know, said I had to rewire it and found that out at the end of the day, really. Had to do what? Replace the fly oil instead of replacing it. So good. Yeah. Yeah, that's. At least you just had to replace the flywheel and nothing else. I don't mind doing something like that, but when it comes to internals, it's just something I never really messed with and something I've always been afraid to mess up. Well, Blaze, I appreciate you joining me tonight. So far, you're my only viewer. I had a couple on here, and then I don't know what happened. It went away. Yeah, I plan on doing, if I get time this week, I plan on doing a little. Yeah, it is nice to just chat. But I plan on doing a little more in-depth toolbox tour. You know, I got a new Master Torx bit set. Kinda. I got it off of Amazon. It's a Nico. It was only I think $63 or something like that. And I so far I like it. It's not, you know, it's definitely not exactly what I wanted, but the bit quality seems good. It's made out of S2 steel, so you can't go wrong there. And the sockets themselves seem pretty sturdy. They're pretty stout, so we'll see how well they last, and if they wear out, I'll just replace them with good shit. But just starting out, you know, I mean, I had a small one. I never heard of them either, man. I was looking on Amazon, and I had a couple I was, you know, kind of looking at. There was a Tecton one, a Nico, and another one. I don't even remember who made the other one. But you know, they all had about the same stuff in them. The only reason I went with the Nico one was the Nico one had Torx Plus in it, which I came across one of those on Monday, and I had to borrow one off another guy. So when I seen that it came with the Torx Plus and that master set, I went ahead and got it. The other two didn't have them, which whatever. But so I got all my E-Torx. I got a nice set of tamper in there, the Torx Plus and the regular Torx bits. I think the regular Torx bits go up to 70 and the Torx Plus goes up to 60. So yeah, it should be about enough to do anything really. I mean, and the nice thing is the like all the half-inch drive stuff. It's got a real short bit in it, so hopefully it'll withstand a little bit more torque and not snap off. Because in my experience, the longer the bit is, they seem to snap a lot. So it being shorter, it shouldn't snap off as easily. But I still think I'm gonna get the set from I think it's a Snap-on. I think it's the Snap-on set. I don't remember the part number, but it's the truck bed set. They're real shallow, so you don't snap them at all. And it's actually not that bad price. I think it's only like $85 or $90, and you get like 6 or 8 bits. Yeah, we got a Snap-on and a Matco guy. I haven't actually met the Snap-on guy, because when he came on Monday, I was busy and I couldn't get away from what I was working on at the time. So and our Matco guy, he's pretty good, but I just didn't really need anything when he showed up. So yeah. And we also deal a lot with Napa too, so our Napa guy brings a lot of our main shop stuff, so that's kind of nice. I got a new air hose and something else from him. What else I get? Oh, I got a new pad for my DA, but that was out of the shop's money, so. But I do need to get a good set of burr bits for my die grinder, or some die bits, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they do pretty good, you know. I mean, there's a couple things I wish that the shop would pick up that, you know, so far that I've noticed that they don't supply, but it's minor shit, really. You know, I mean, it's just good that, you know, I said I needed an air hose, and they they ordered me one, and they got me a new extension cord coming too. So I mean, that's not a big deal really for me. I mean, I've got a bunch of them at the house. So, but you know, yeah, they are very useful. Actually, I had to do some welding on a tailgate today, and I needed one to get into the I had to weld right on the where the handle is for the tailgate, because it got cracked. And there's two cracks in it, so I had to cut that out and put in a new weld. And I was trying to get it in there with a small sanding disc, and that wasn't big. You know, it's too big and whatnot. So I just got a burr bit and did it that way. It worked real good. You know, we were talking earlier about, you know, OEM parts being a pain in the ass. I had a damn uh, light headlight bracket I had to put in on a Yukon this week, and they got a damn keystone part. That damn thing's a piece of shit. It was like the old one came off nice. The old one came off nice, you know. It just had the tab broken off where the marker lights went. But that new one, it was almost a half an inch too wide, and I had to trim off a piece of it to get it to fit behind the radiator right, so that it would sit in there. I hate aftermarket parts. They never work right. Had another guy, he had an issue with an aftermarket damn radiator support. Yeah, that's true too. It was like I ordered a set of brakes for a job I was doing one time, and they came in, and the damn trying to think, yeah, one of the, it was for, I think it was for 04 or 05 Camry, and I got them home, and the damn one of the pads was bigger than all the other ones, and they were in a sealed up box. So you know they came from the damn factory like that, which is ridiculous. Then I had to wait like 2 days to get the right ones. Yeah, it did suck. And the bad thing about it is I had the car tore apart, and the brakes that were on it were more than shot, and they wanted their vehicle. I'm like, well, go ahead. You can take it, but you ain't gonna be stopping. I don't mind doing work for people, you know, but people don't always understand that, you know, if the part ain't right, I can't help that shit. Yeah, I mean, I I don't mind doing side jobs, but you know, I'm with you. You know, it's like unless it's somebody I really know or whatever, I really don't like to do them that much because you know, people anymore they're just out for you know out for themselves, you know, and they want to cause you problems and shit. I don't got time for that shit. Not at all. I just, you know, I'll do it on my own vehicles all day long. I enjoy getting my hands dirty and working on vehicles, but when it comes to doing stuff for other people anymore, it's a crapshoot. It really is, you know. I mean, yeah. Anymore, people are so damn sue happy and want to criticize everything, and you change their oil, and then all of a sudden their fucking brakes don't work, and they come back to you. Oil and brakes don't have nothing to do with each other, so don't come back to me bitching because you didn't stop when you put on your brakes, but I don't know. Not saying it's really happened to me, but it just that's the way people are anymore. Yeah, they always want something for nothing. I mean, I've worked on automobiles, and in the army I was a Black Hawk mechanic, so I don't know. In my mind, it all transfers. You know, some things are just a little different than others, but you know, for the most part, you know, you can work on heavy equipment. You can work on a car. You know, one thing that still kicks my ass for whatever reason, I can't figure out why, because the most simple thing is small engines. I don't have a clue as to why, but for whatever reason, I've worked on small engines and not had them working right. It's like I got a lawnmower right now that for the life of me, can't figure out why the damn thing won't start. I've changed damn near every part that can be changed on it. So, yeah, I agree, man. They do that. You would think they'd be simpler because there's nothing to do with them, but you know they're the most basic of engines. You know, there's no real electronics on them, no computers on them, and they just seem to kick my ass more than anything else I've really worked on. Hey Blaze, where are you from? Yeah, you know, I've kind of found that, Texas, alright. I live in North Carolina, but I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so. Yeah, but I found with, vehicles, you know, I kind of used to be a little bit intimidated by the newer vehicles because of all the electrical shit and whatnot, but I guess the more I'm around it and the more I work with them, you kind of realize that they're not as intimidating as what you think they are. But I feel you, man. It's once you get used to working on one particular thing, and you know it's more basic or whatever, you know, going to something different is a little bit of a challenge. You know, you work on heavy equipment all the time, and you know you're dealing with hydraulic issues and dealing with different, you know, uh, drivetrain and engine issues and whatnot, and you could run circles around the guy that's just a damn auto mechanic because it's not something they're familiar with, and vice versa, you know. I try to stay well rounded, you know, just a little bit of experience in everything, just mainly from my own knowledge. But the only real quote unquote heavy equipment I've ever really worked on is farm tractors. But other than that, you know, nothing really. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of awkward for me, you know, just having an automotive background and, you know, knowing how, you know, automotive stuff works and then going to being a Blackhawk mechanic, man, that was crazy. Hey, Lakin, what's up, man? Um, yeah, that was kind of a learning curve, you know, because some of the parts are similar, you know, as what they are in automotive to a, you know, to a certain extent, but at the same time, you know, you got lives in your hand. Like it's nerve wracking. You replace a APU or something, and you don't get, you didn't torque it to spec or whatever, and then that bird has an issue. You know, then you have, you know, they do a full investigation to see what the hell, see if what you did was, you know, relevant to the issue or not, and that while you're under investigation, you can't touch a bird, you can't do shit. It's nerve wracking, man. I'm just glad anything I've worked on never had any issues. But then again, you know, now being in the auto body industry, you know, and you weld a you weld something on and you don't do it to the vehicle specifications or whatever, and that car is in an accident again and the people get killed, they're going to do an investigation and see if what you did was wrong or whatever, and you know, sue the shop you work for, and the whole 9 yards. Yeah, yeah, that's, you know, that's any, in my opinion, you know, anything that you're working on, anything you're working on, you know, and you got somebody else's life in your hands, essentially, it's nerve-wracking, man. I, you know, I just can't even. That's why I'm always just so cautious when I'm working on something. It don't matter what it is. I make sure that I do it the way it's supposed to be done, and I don't leave anything to chance, because you know, I'd I'd feel incredibly bad if I did a job, any kind of job on a vehicle or aircraft, and somebody died. That's just, man, I couldn't even begin to say how I'd feel. That's just craziness. Yeah, I do got a lip full. A little bit of lip dinner. No, not wintergreen. Cope straight usually. Yeah, I don't know. I thought about getting one a couple times, but you know, it is what it is. Bottles have been around forever. Yeah, a beer would have been good after this week, but I'm trying to cut back, so. Uh-oh, lost somebody. Smoke less and drink more. Yeah, you know, I enjoy beer a little bit too much sometimes, so just need to take a little break for a while. These damn mosquitoes are relentless tonight. Holy shit. Yeah, that's why I need to take a break, man. I was nightly and heavy, and I don't I don't drink any. I drink some pretty high test beer to begin with, so when you're drinking you know, nine plus beers a night at 7%, 7-8%, you know. Yeah, yeah. I'm I guess I'm fortunate, you know, on that end. I never really messed around with anything, and I've seen a lot of people get messed up and stay messed up, you know. So, you know, you being a recovering addict, you know, man, that's a lot, you know. It's something that, man, that's awesome, man. You know, that's what I was about to say. Something, a person that can quit doing whatever drug or whatever that they were doing, and you know, stay clean. You know, people I've talked to, you know, they always say that first 6 months to a year is the hardest, and after that, you know, it's it gets easier. But I'm glad that I have the ability, I guess you could say, to know when I need to cut back on drinking. So I guess the one thing that always, you know, kind of deterred me from doing any drugs is um, the other thing that really deterred me from doing any drugs was just had some friends get, you know, turned into just complete waste, you know, waste their whole life, you know, and a couple OD'd, a couple, you know, did dumb shit to supply their habit and in prison and shit like that. And I guess, you know, my friends having fails and issues in their lives was enough of a wake up or whatever for me to know that I don't want to be involved in anything like that. But I'm happy for you, man, that you know, you've been clean for 3 years. That's awesome. You got anything going on this weekend, man? I know I got a busy Yeah, I'll hopefully be getting one here done soon. I know I got a busy weekend. My son's got soccer in the morning, and then my daughter's got a birthday party in the afternoon. So, and I'm running the house solo this week. Mama went on a little getaway vacation for long weekend, I guess you could say. She needed a break though, so she deserves it. The honeydew list. Yeah, if the weather wasn't going to be crappy, I'd be knocking out a honeydew list that's a mile long this weekend, but I might get some stuff done, but depends on the weather, to be honest. It's been supposed to be raining all weekend, so. It's actually been nice, for me lately. I've been able to get a lot of stuff knocked out around the house for my wife. Got a couple projects going right now. Trying to put in a swimming pool, but I need to level out ground, and I have no way to get in any equipment in my backyard. I just rent a damn bobcat for a weekend and get it leveled out, but I gotta do it the old manual way. I thought about doing that. I really did think about renting a jumping jack to tamp the ground after I get it all leveled out. Yeah. The only bad thing is where I live, anywhere to rent anything like that is almost an hour away. There used to be a rental place about 10 miles from here, but I don't know what the hell happened. They just shut down or whatever. I don't know. Because I went over there one day to rent a damn uh, vibroplate, and they were closed up. But a jumping jack would definitely be a good thing to rent after get it all leveled down and tamp the ground. Yeah, I used to work at a lumber yard, and we had a bunch of different things that we rented out. Like we had, I don't know, I think 4 jumping jacks, 2 skid steers, a little bobcat track hoe, and a couple other little things like that. I'd be able to take them if they weren't rented out already for a weekend or whatever, and I'd always be making a little bit of side money doing that shit. I used to rent it in the winter and damn plow driveways. Hey Mike, what's going on? You getting ready for that auction? I was really hoping to make it up to your auction this weekend, but my boys got soccer in the morning and my daughter's got a birthday party in the afternoon, so I ain't gonna be able to make it up. The job's going really good, Mike. If you go back and watch the video later, I talked about it a little bit, but I'll recap it for you real quick. My first job I got was the owner of the dealership, the original owner of the dealership. Now the son runs the dealership, but it was the father, and I had to repair his bumper on his car. That was my first job. And then I got a Jeep Renegade that I had to do a 12-hour fender and apron repair on, and got it done in about 5.5 hours or so. And now I did a couple other little jobs. I hung a new bumper and bumper support on a 04 Yukon, and now I have to put on a new mirror and wire up a new mirror for a Lincoln MKZ. Yeah, I'm doing body work. And it's I enjoy it, you know. I enjoy anything that gets me working on vehicles, so. Is it raining up your way, Mike? It's been threatening to rain here, but it ain't really done much at all. It rained a couple hours ago pretty good, but. Like, what happened? It's, yeah, that's. Did it do much damage, Mike, or was it on one of your, was it on one of your trucks, or was it like a pickup? You know, body work, you know, I was kind of nervous about that too, the patience thing, and it's actually not as bad as you think it is. I mean, there are some things that are a little tedious and stuff. Those hoods are all fiberglass, right? Yeah, I don't really do much fiberglass work. I mean, it's kind of went away from minus, you know, the Corvettes and stuff, but I wouldn't be afraid to try to tackle it. That's for sure. Like I said, I just enjoy doing anything with automotive work, so. Yeah, that. Sometimes that's the easiest way to do it. You know, just replace the part. Less downtime that way. I'm sure a little bit more money on your end though, having to replace a whole hood. Yeah, I couldn't believe the price on that damn mirror that I had to replace today. The mirror alone is like $612. And we had a brand new, Colorado come in off of the delivery truck. Was a smashed roof and apron. So that's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna have to skin the roof and put in the. As of right now, we're talking about trying to do a little pull and fix the apron, but probably gonna have to replace it. $40,000 pickup, and it's probably got close to eight to $10,000 in damage to it. Yeah, we do. I've been there for a minute. I thought I was doing good. I all of a sudden jumped up to 18 subs and then it just stopped. Yeah, Blaze, it's gonna be a fun job. I kind of hope that I get to work on it, to be honest. It'll be some good experience. You know, like I said about my subs, a couple, I don't remember, it was a video I did, and somebody commented that I should watch some YouTube video and they help you guys. Was that about tech school? Right out of tech school. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. You're only as good as what you know. I mean, I'm fortunate enough that the program I went through, it's a short course really. It's only 18 weeks, but it's not like any other course that they really cram about 3 years worth of knowledge in that 18 weeks. You learn a lot. I got, my iCar welding cert, my spot resistance welding cert, and well, not structural repair. I got metal straightening and plastic repair. Yeah, I don't got any experience with this YouTube. I have another YouTube channel that I use for RC stuff, and it was just mainly for me and my buddies that we go out doing scale crawling and stuff with our RC trucks, and we just kind of shared it amongst ourselves. And I don't think I have any real subscribers on there, a handful, you know, but I really haven't had time for the whole hobby thing lately. I've just been too busy. I don't know how some guys can afford it and have time for it all the time. I guess it's your life choices. You expecting a pretty big showing tomorrow, Mike? I would think that you'd have a good crowd of guys there with all the equipment and everything you have for sale. That'd be nice to have a few hundred. That'd hopefully get rid of most of your stuff. Did I see, are you having online bidding or no? No online bidding. I think it was phone bidding you were having, huh? How's the Napa store doing? You guys doing pretty good there? You know, one of these weekends, I'd like to come up and check out your Napa store. Like I said, I like our new Napa store. They're pretty good guys down there, and we deal with Napa at work a lot now. They got a pretty good, you know, they're pretty good people to deal with. That'll be good being in a new store by August. I know you're gonna have a lot more square footage there. I would, yeah, our Napa guy for the shop though, they're out of Rockingham, because it's one of the main distribution Napas, so oh, nice. Did you get that hole in the wall fixed? Or did you just decide to put another door in there? Somebody drove a Peterbilt through the wall. No, a Freightliner. Oh, man. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna jump off of here, and mosquitoes are eating me alive. So you guys have a good night, what's left of it, and I'm gonna later.